many shall wax cold. I want to start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Loyam Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakodesh Bakatam. I say double honors to my apostles, the elders of the great millstone, teaching do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning, Lord willingly this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you I say Shalom. It's your brother Yahweh out of the GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant, and I'm coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit, through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This lesson is in regards to this article I came across. It caught my attention because it said 3 Alabama teens, so 3 teens charged with murder and Sweet 16 party shooting. And immediately when I read this, I thought about, of course, Matthew chapter 24, verse 12, iniquity bounding, so the love of many shall wax cold. But also the scriptures talk about in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1, which is the point, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. So when you go to that word perilous, it's kalipos, which means difficult, that is dangerous or fierce, perilous, dangerous times. So, you're going to have a lot of violence. Scripture talks about in the book of Genesis chapter 6, verse 11, and it reads, the earth also was corrupt before the Most High, Yahweh, and the earth was filled with violence. And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And you're seeing that now to a degree because of the fact that you got men with men, women with women, children disobedient to parents, all these different things that the scriptures warned us about will be taking place in the last days. But you're having an uptick in violence as we speak. I believe every city, basically, because you had police officers basically walk away from their jobs because of their departments were basically trying to institute these mandates of having to take that jump shot. And you got to understand, Esau is calculating. You got to remember, this man searches out things. So I'm pretty sure he did that. That was a calculated step because he wants violence. That gives him the motive and his solution to be able to basically introduce these these robotic dogs and these robots and all that. I was it's funny because I remember I forgot what year it was when they first introduced the dog, the robot dogs, brothers. I remember a brother putting a video up that, and the New Yorkers freaking out, and basically it was a whole big backlash, and basically New York, they scrapped them or they put them away. But I already knew they was going to reinstitute them because you got to take time to think about it. Those robots are $73,000. That's what the article said. So yeah, you think they're just going to scrap those? I mean, no fucking way. So, just like, scriptures talk about there's no new thing under the sun. Just like in the times of old, in the days of Noah, it was violence on the earth. It's going to be violence on the earth in these last days. So, I'm going to bring a little bit this article out. Lord willing is edifying. It reads, April 19th, Reuters, 3 Alabama teenagers have been taken into custody and charged with murder in last week's shooting at a Sweet 16's birthday party that left 4 dead and 32 wounded. God damn, so they was just, it says, state police said on Wednesday, 2 suspects, Ty Reek McCulloch, 17, and Travis McCulloch, so they was brothers, both from Tuskegee, were arrested on Tuesday night and charged with 4 counts of reckless murder. Now, this got me curious. I want to know if they're Esau or Jake. Bear with me. God, and these are Jake's. I don't know what the Lord got stern with this, but, come to find out they look like Jake. Matter of fact, I can show you the image. So, that's one of the brothers. Salakia. So it says, I kind of figured it too when it said Tuskegee were arrested on Tuesday night and charged with 4 counts of reckless murder. Sergeant Jeremy. Well, basically, it's gonna go into the race riots. So I said, what the Lord stirred up. What'd you think? It's the race riots, God. All the wickedness that has happened to Jake in Alabama, but then, like I said, if you have 2 young Jakes supposedly shoot, because when you look at the image, it looked like they shot Esau. But scriptures talk about it's gonna be race wars, and you know what I mean. One people shall stand up to fight against another. So you know all of this is prophecy. It says it says 4 counts of reckless murder. Sergeant Jeremy Burkett of Alabama Law Enforcement Agency said during a news conference. The agency said a few hours later that a third person had been arrested, Wilson Lamar Hill Jr. Yeah, you know that's Jake Lamar. 20 of Auburn was taken into custody on Wednesday afternoon and charged with 4 counts of reckless murder, the agency said in a press release. The shooting on Saturday took place at the Mahogany Masterpiece Dance Studio in Dadeville, community of 3,200 people, about 50 miles northeast of Montgomery. Now, the thing is, who's to say that these men really did this? You know, ain't she innocent until proven guilty? Now, I'm not just saying that just to say because they Jake, but at the same time, I mean, it could be either or. You know, again, is the Most High is the Father Spirit, so He could be working on. You know, when the Edom might go and do something, that's the Most High. When the Jake do something, that's the Most High. But I also know that, like I said, scriptures talk about race riots, and basically, if they did that to Esau, because look at this image, you know, and I think, you know, as you can see, it said, you know, that's the Edomite community. It says the shooting on Saturday took place at the Mahogany Masterpiece Dance Studio in Dadeville, a community of 3,200 people, about 50 miles northeast of Montgomery. So, you know, that's probably a close-knit community of Edomites. Make no mistake, this is Alabama, and when you pull out a gun and you start shooting people, we're going to put you in jail. The fuck? Now, they probably didn't even do this shit, because that don't even sound right. Like, the fuck? If you just, I don't know, you know. Let's continue to read. Salakia. Burke said, we're tired of going to mothers and having to tell them these kids aren't coming home. Of the 9 injured who were still hospitalized, 5 were in critical condition. Heidi Smith, a spokesperson for the Lake Martin Community Hospital, said at a news conference on Monday. 3 teenagers and a 23-year-old man were killed in the shooting. One was a high school football player who was among those attending his sister's birthday party. The Montgomery Advertiser newspaper, quoting the victim's granddaughter, identified the slain teenager as Phil Dowell, whom she said was set to graduate in a matter of weeks and planned to attend Jacksonville State University on a football scholarship. The other deceased victims were identified as Shakeva Smith, Marcia Collins, and Corbin Holston. Them sound like some Jake names. Did you know that Corbin? The other deceased victims, I read that the shootings followed separate outbreaks of deadly gun violence in Tennessee and Kentucky. So, you know, this could be a gun grab again or what, because now they're going into different states, Tennessee and Kentucky. But, you know, I think they said last week was a violent weekend. You know, you had, I think, a lot of shootings in Chicago. I know you had some shootings in Cleveland over the weekend as well. Mass shootings have become commonplace in the United States, with at least 165 so far in 2023, the most at this point in the year since at least 2016, according to Gun Violence Archive. The nonprofit group defines a mass shooting as any in which 4 or more people are wounded or killed, not including the shooter. So, that being said, you know, scriptures talk about violence being on the planet at the end of the days. You know, it could be these young, like I said, when I caught the the heading or the title or the heading of the article, you know, that's what drew my attention. Now I'm not for sure, you know, because you got to remember, we live in a society where Esau has labeled Jake and you know, you what was that, the Central Park 5, you know, men go to jail in this country that are innocent. This showing you how flawed the law system is. You know, and I constantly bring that up. You know, you got to remember, we live in a society where their justice system is based on a blind bitch with some scales that are uneven. So, meaning the bitch can't see and it's not fair. You know, it's not, you know, scriptures talk about a false balance is an abomination to the Most High. So this place isn't judged fairly. And then, like I said, the bitch wear a blindfold. So it's like they've been mocking you in your face. So I can't say if these individuals did it or not. You know, I know they're in a racist ass state like Alabama. Like I said, again, has done a lot of, you know, how many hangings and different wickedness that those Edomites did to Jake. But at the same time, scripture talk about how you're gonna have the young men and women and these young men that's gonna be, basically bulls. They're gonna be full of violence. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 8, and it reads, "There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again." We go into how you had all these different food processing plants that basically broke out in fires. It says, "And the wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrels women shall bring forth monsters." So that's the point, wild beasts changing their places because you got animals basically in areas that they're not supposed to be in. I did a video maybe a month ago or something like that. I was going to Walmart in an area where Esau pretty much stays at. It's woods out there and whatnot, but Ohio has pretty much a lot of different wildlife. We stay in the inner city where Esau stay at is maybe a little bit more rural, but I was basically going to this Walmart to meet a brother, and as I'm riding on the freeway, I happen to see it's a dead animal, and I immediately knew what it was. It was a coyote. So I went out and looked at it. I didn't touch it, of course. The scriptures talk about there's you're not supposed to touch any dead thing, especially a Levite, especially, any brother, any man that calls themselves prophesying. That's in the scriptures, It should be unclean to you. But nonetheless, I went and looked at it because it inspired me to do a video, because I was just thinking like, damn, if that, it was a baby too. So if that baby coyote was right there, it's got a parent. I remember the brother, I think it was Brock Allah or the brother Mwatazak from Ancient of Days did a video about the mountain lions in California, because they have mountain lions out there and how they were basically, the Most High was doing a new thing on the earth because mountain lions are solitary animals, but these mountain lions were traveling in packs. And judgment, it doesn't take nothing for the Most High to judge. Like the Lord can, I don't put it past the Lord using a group of coyotes to judge somebody. I remember growing up and back in the day in the hood, well, neighborhood, what we call the hood, well, you have a pack of wild animals. You ever when walking out at 2 or 3 in the morning and you see a pack of wild dogs? So just imagine a pack of wild coyotes or a pack of wild wolves or a pack of wild, well, not wild, but a pack of mountain lions that bite and sever flesh and rip off. Yeah, the Lord love of judgment. It tells you that in multiple scriptures. The point being, it says, "And minstrels women shall bring forth monsters." And we ain't talking about, we talking about those deformed babies. You got babies. I remember the elder Yashawama going into, you got babies that's basically making sounds and saying words at 1 year old right now. We are in them times. But so it's talking about these, these deformed babies. But we can also go into the babies that's literally, because, these monsters, what they thinking, especially Jake, 2/3 Jake. A nigga is a terrible thing, like the elder apostle Tahar said. Like, brothers, it's sad, but it's not sad. And brothers understand why the Most High has to judge a nigga. A nigga, like, is the, I forgot who made that statement. It said, a nigga is the worst thing the Most High created. And that's facts. Besides this fucking devil, you know what I mean? But, at the end of the day, the Most High also has a purpose for everything. A pig serves a purpose. A snake serves a purpose. So, yeah, I thought of that scripture when I seen the heading of that article. Also, because this is a bloody ass city, the scriptures talk about, as the judge of the city is, so are the people. Well, it tells you in the book of Micah how the rich men are full of violence. These men make money off of funding both sides of a war. That's how they make some of the biggest money. So if they are violent, why wouldn't the people be violent? This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. "Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not." And who is the prey? You 2/3 niggas. Well, not just you 2/3 niggas. The prey is Israel. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and West Indians and Haitians. You're the prey that Esau has been preying on, for the whole time that we've been stuck in this captivity. And that's why we need deliverance. That's why we need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And the thing is, scriptural is going to be more violence. If you can't see the Most High is turning up, and this ain't even the year to turn up, like I'm seeing judgments and, just the violence increasing. And the closer we get to the end, the worse everything's going to get. So I'm going to end it with this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7. And the point is verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, power and evil and only evil, behold, is come. The end is come, the end is come. It watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. When you go into the word evil, Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad, we coming into bad times. It's about to be a lot of death on the planet, a lot of judgment, a lot of violence. And the only way to stay protected from that is to, if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, is to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments of your power, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, or you will be destroyed. So I'm going to end the lesson there. Lord willingly was edifying. I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Elohim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem I say double honors to my apostles, the elders of the great millstone, who teach and do rule well. I want to say peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. I say shalom to the Akwat as well as the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to the truth. To you, I say shalom. Until next time I'm able to come with another lesson, I'm going to say shalom, shalom. Shalom.